Welcome back, Mavs, to another newscast of scrumptious content.
We are your anchors, Sky
and Knox Boyd.
Now, it is time for us to make commentary on my bad artwork.
As you can see, it is absolutely atrocious, and I hate it very much.
Mood. Quite indignant. Irrevocably dreadful is my drawing.
Grammatical error, please leave. Time for unified track instead.
I'll take both.
Alcohol ink is a highly fluid color that is vibrant and fast drying. They are pretty moisture resistant and permanent once they dry. They are used for a multitude of things such as scrapbooking, creating free-flowing textures, stamping, and even some mixed media stuff like jewelry making and fabric dyeing. When you think of paint, you think of pigment base, but alcohol actually isn't that. It's actually a dye-based ink, which makes it mostly transparent. This doesn't stop it from having the same effect as watercolor does, since when you add alcohol to it, it's going to reactivate it and you can move it around, like when you add water to watercolor. Who would have guessed that? I actually have never used alcohol ink prior to this, but my friend Andy gifted me a lot of it, so I thought it would be best to learn. This meant having to research what I was able to use it with. That being said, you can use normal paper with it, but it's going to soak through because of the alcohol in it. It's best to use Yepo paper, synthetic paper, ceramic, glass, metal, and any non-porous surfaces. This makes it so it won't absorb the ink and it can move around freely. Another popular surface is a canvas primed with gesso, which is what I'm working with. Gesso is a lot like plaster you use for walls. It's going to cover up all of the holes in the canvas and make it non-porous. Since alcohol ink is still really new for me to work with, I'm trying to work with layering colors since it's pretty transparent, and I'm also testing what the most effective way to use them is. I'm relying on my pure instincts, but please watch a YouTube video for instructions. I'm not good at giving those, and because of how toxic it is, I really should have done more research with how exactly I should be making this safe for myself. All in all, it's a really interesting medium that I still need a lot of practice with. Thank you for tuning in to the last segment of MavDraws, and I hope you have a fantastic year.
Well, that was fantastically fun.
I'm not saying it.
You have to say it.
I'm not saying it. It's done.
You will do as I command, or face the wrath of the Nords.
Not as fantastically fun as Flag Facts with Knox.
Or as delectably delicious as Saucer Loss. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into another fantastic episode of Fantastically Fun Flag Facts, featuring Knox. The F is silent. Today we're going to be going way back and talking about some of the oldest flags in the history of ever, namely the flag of Denmark and the flag of the Netherlands. These are two flags that inspired many of the flags we have come to know and love today. Let's get into it. First, we have the Danish flag, or as it's known in Denmark, the Dannebrog. Now, this flag is perhaps the oldest flag with continuous usage in history. The origin of this flag comes from this legend that in 1219, when the Danes were fighting in Estonia, they were losing a battle, and then this flag, the Danish flag, fell from the sky and led them to victory. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't really care, because this flag is fantastic. I love it. It's amazing. It's so old that it came about at a time where having a flag for every country wasn't really the norm as much as it is today. And yet, they were still able to create a distinctive, yet elegant and interesting design for the flag that has endured for 800 years. It also helps that their battle flag is super freaking cool. Second, we have the flag of the Netherlands. This flag was adopted in 1575, while Holland was transitioning from a monarchy to a republic. Originally, it featured the colors orange, white, and blue, but later they transitioned to red, white, and blue because red was easier to produce. Now, while many flags have deep or complex meanings, This one was chosen because they liked the way it looked, which I think is perfectly valid. The reason that this flag is so important, despite not being quite as old as the Danish flag, is because of all the flags it inspired. Flags like the French flag and the Russian flag were pretty much stolen directly from the flag of Holland. And then these proceeded to inspire more and more and more flags, which is why today, Europe especially, is just drowning in tricolor flags, and why red, white, and blue is the most common color scheme for any flag in the world. That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in to watch another episode of Flag Facts. I'll see you next time on...
Welcome back to Saucer Laws. This week, we are reviewing, quite literally, the most requested item I've ever had. We are reviewing Cucumber Lime Gatorade. I found it, we have it, and I get to try it today. Now, first appearances, it is very green, yet it looks murky. That's frightening. Let's get into the smell. Had a lot of built up air. Smell is quite accurate to the title. It more smells of cucumber than lime though. And I'm not too fond of just drinking cucumber water. Let's get into the taste. Overall, I'm gonna have to say, it's not better than water. This, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. It's not even that refreshing. It's just cucumber water. L Gatorade. Loss.
Now it's time for some announcements.
May 11th at precisely 6 p.m., McCutcheon will be hosting a fashion show.
April 30th at around 1:30 this Sunday, find a friend to come to the Buddy Walk, raising awareness for kids with Down syndrome.
There is also a unified track meet against Jeff on Saturday at noon.
Mavericks, advance Mavericks!